Mornings with Will on 531 PI.
It is 11 minutes past 7 o'clock. It's great to have your company this morning here at 531 PI. I'm William Terite in the chair with you through until 9 a.m. this morning. Now, Christchurch-based sister duo Loopy Tunes Music, Williams-Lemi and Leah Williams-Partington are releasing their bilingual Matariki album, Matariki for Tamariki, on April 9. Now, the album features 13 educational waiata designed to teach children about Matariki while learning te reo Māori. The sisters, who are of Māori and Tongan heritage, have released over 170 waiata and are passionate about helping Tamariki engage with indigenous languages, especially Māori and Pacific languages. They join me this morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Morena. Thanks for having us.
Oh, this is very exciting indeed. I mean, look, let's crack straight into it. I suppose with, the inevitable question that you guys must get all the time. Why is it important for you both to ultimately create bilingual music for our Tamariki?
Well, we started for our own Tamariki. So we've been doing this for 14, 15 years. And it's just identity, really. Yeah. Sort of, Seal?
Yeah, we grew up with our Tongan language, but not our Māori language.
Yeah.
So we felt a slight disconnect from our Māori side in that way. So being able to learn it as we grew older gave us that connection. So for Tamariki to be able to hear, even to hear other people's languages, to me is massive in terms of how they connect.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I suppose, how do you see music, particularly your music, playing a role, I suppose, in keeping te reo Māori and, to an extent, Pacific languages alive as well?
Our focus, our music is for pepi, for babies, and they're such sponges, I guess. And, as they're learning to navigate the world around them, having our music playing or any music playing, they just take in everything, the language, the sounds, the culture. Yeah. So,
we just want to normalize hearing it and using it as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure. With that in mind, then, I suppose often when we think about learning a language, we think the traditional route in terms of, the writing, the reading, and the speaking of it. But this is just another more beautiful tool to it, isn't it? I mean, music is such an important tool.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It is. And it's an international language, right? And also, even for all of us as kids, we learnt through rhymes and through song. And so we figured for some of our songs, they're very familiar tunes, like it could be like Five Little Ducks, and they're learning how to count in any of the Pacific languages to at least to 5. And so that familiarity in the music is going to help them hopefully learn a lot easier.
Yeah.
Have you seen firsthand the difference your music is making to Tamariki?
Oh, absolutely. We run outreach music classes, and that's what we've been running for about 14 years. And yeah, we have a lot of tangata tiriti come to our classes, and just they aren't surrounded by, reo Māori, and through our classes, their tamariki, they're having to learn Māori with their tamariki, and it just becomes a family, family learning thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose, to that end, I mean, what are some of the challenges you're facing and when producing and providing music like this? I mean, it is unique in that perspective, right? So what's the challenges?
I feel like the only challenges we have is maybe like funding. We sit in a very unique part of the industry.
So sometimes we'll apply for Māori funding, and there's, sort of view it as more Pacifica, or we'll apply for Pacifica funding, and they'll be like, oh, you do more Māori
or more educational.
So
the whole thing.
But I mean, to be honest,
that's probably it.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, we've been embraced by so many. We went to, was it Timaru, little areas all around down south, and just the being embraced with our music. So it's been really positive.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And not to dwell on it, but obviously we're a news show as well. So I'd like to dig in a wee bit deeper on the funding. I mean, how would you describe the funding rounds? Is it frustrating? I mean, what do you hear from your peers or colleagues as well about funding in this? Does there need to be more of it?
Oh, obviously would love to.
Everybody wants more. Like we do always get, like, New Zealand on Air music has been amazing and
Yes.
have funded this album.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leah's the one that has to apply.
Yeah, I mean,
else.
obviously, yeah, it is disappointed because you put your heart and soul into an application, just like everybody else does. And, you know, I mean, funders can only do so much with what they've got, and we totally understand that. So we just charge ahead and do what we do. So for example, we tour twice a year, and that's self-funded because we're just like, you know, let's just get ourselves out there, and we are passionate about what we do. So we just want to keep spreading the love, basically.
If you had a message to those holding the purse strings, what would it be?
Give us money. Nah. No, to be honest, like if it works out, we know it's meant to be, right?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, we always just keep going anyway. Like you can't rely on others sometimes. So, but yeah. Money's great, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it also begs the question: how can parents and educators use your music, right, to help our kids feel more connected to, say, te reo Māori and to Pacific?
Yep. Well, we've got all of our musics on Spotify, on the digital platforms, and YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Yep. All our lyrics for Pacifica Beats is on our website. So for the Pacifica songs, they're all there for the teachers to be able to use, and parents. And
and last year we started a YouTube series which where we focus on one of our songs and just a bit more learning around that sort of te reo.
Or Tongan. We've got
Tongan.
a few sort of Tongan songs.
And we try and incorporate some New Zealand Sign Language, which we get advice for, which is good as well.
Awesome. What's your ultimate vision for bilingual music in Aotearoa at the end of the day?
Oh, look, our ongoing goal is to normalize, to normalize it. Like we love in our classes when we hear from our parents saying that their tamariki have like said, oh, what's the Māori word for this? Or what's the Māori word for that? Because it's normal for them to try and find out the other word for something. So to be able to normalize the use of our languages here in New
households,
Zealand.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, just before we wrap it up, you're walking in two worlds, some would argue, you know, Māori and Tongan. I mean, how do the two fuse together? Or, you know, how do you manage to do both?
Well, the Tongan comes more naturally to us, obviously, and we have our auntie and mum help us with translations, and we are passionate about getting reo Māori out there. So I don't know, it just
works. Our dad's Māori, and he's like pretty much fluent Tongan with very little Māori. So at home, just the balance of two. And then our mum did Māori class with us, and she was like top of the class. So the two cultures sit quite well together.
Oh, too good. All right. Hey, just before we wrap it up, the album.
Yes.
Tell us a wee bit more about it.
A brand new album, April 9th. We're launching it with a workshop for educators here in Ōtautahi. 13 awesome, fun songs for Tamariki, as well as lyric videos and music videos. So you should definitely watch it and listen every day.
Happy days indeed. Hey, thank you both for your time this morning. Very exciting stuff. And thank you for the work that you do as well. Very important, beautiful mahi. And, you know, I mean, unlike me, I just yap in front of a... Anyway.
Thank you, William.
Thank you. That is the Christchurch